There is mounting pressure on British Prime Minister Keir Starmer after a senior cabinet minister resigned today, paving the way for a possible leadership challenge. Wes Streeting said he has lost confidence in Mr Starmer and called for the Labour Party to have a contest. This morning, the former Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner revealed that she has been cleared of any wrongdoing in an investigation over her tax affairs, paving the way for her to potentially mount her own leadership bid. Well, let's speak to our Deputy Foreign Editor, Edmund Heafy now, who joins us from London. Edmund, how are things looking for Keir Starmer this evening?
Well, Sharon, the day here in Westminster began with a lot of anticipation. The morning newspapers covered with headlines about the possibility of Wes Streeting taking and striking today. His allies had spent basically the better part of the past 36 hours signalling that he would resign his post as Health Minister today and then potentially trigger a leadership challenge. Now, they'd been briefing that he had close to the 81 signatures needed to trigger a contest in the Labour Party. But the morning came and went and there was barely a word from Wes Streeting. That was until 12:58 p.m. when the Health Secretary published a letter on his X account. Now, this essentially is a resignation letter. He started out by setting out his record as Health Secretary and saying that he felt there were good reasons to stay in post. But he said given that he doesn't have any confidence in Keir Starmer's leadership, he felt it would be dishonourable and unprincipled to remain in post. And then he went on to deliver a withering assessment of Keir Starmer's leadership. He said that where the country needed vision, there was a vacuum. Where the country needed direction, there was drift. And then he went on to deliver the line that will define the letter he released today. It was a flat declaration that Keir Starmer will not be the leader to lead Labour into the next general election. But for all the drama, Sharon, his letter did not actually formally launch a leadership challenge. And that will give Keir Starmer some relief tonight. And Keir Starmer does have allies. The Chancellor, Rachel Reeves, was out this morning talking about the risks of a leadership challenge to the country.
We shouldn't put that at risk by plunging the country into chaos at a time when there is conflict in the world, but also at a time when our plan to grow the economy is starting to bear fruit.
And also, those allies seem to include the former Labour deputy leader and former Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner. Now, Angela Rayner was forced to resign last November over a stamp duty issue. It had emerged that she failed to pay the requisite amount of stamp duty on a seafront flat that she had bought in the seaside town of Hove. Now, very fortuitously for Angela Rayner, earlier this week the British tax authorities ruled that she had not committed any wrongdoing in that. And now that's widely being seen as paving the way for a potential entry by Angela Rayner into any potential leadership contest. Now, she spoke to ITV News about her relief of this ruling from the tax authorities, but also she was asked directly whether she thought there should be a new leader. She said that she wouldn't herself trigger a leadership contest, but she didn't rule out potentially entering the race if there was one.
They've said that there wasn't any wrongdoing and that I didn't try to avoid paying tax or I wasn't careless in the way in which I conducted myself at the time when I was in government. We do have to have a leader and we've got a leader, and I'm not going to go into hypotheticals, but
so you're not ruling out potentially taking over as leader?
But I have said that we have to do better and we have to drive forward that change.
Now, despite all of the psychodrama that's very reminiscent of everything that has happened here in Westminster over the past few years, essentially since Brexit, it looks like Keir Starmer is going to emerge from today still in situ, still as Prime Minister, but not necessarily in power, Sharon, as he waits to see what comes next.
Deputy Foreign Editor Edmund Heafy from London, thank you for that.